Alrighty, fanboys and fangirls, the iPhone season is over. We're heading into 2022, and just before we wrap up the year, I'm pretty sure a lot of you users got tons of Christmas presents that involve an iPad or a MacBook or hell, anything with a USB-C port or anything that needs power requirement. That's kind of the new standard we have nowadays. A lot more people are using new devices and need a lot more power and versatility with chargers. And most chargers nowadays are getting there, but they come at a hefty cost, and also they don't give you a lot of value in terms of what you get out of the box. Well, on today's episode of Technoid, I am here to show you guys a brand new charger from ACEFAST, and I'm here to tell you guys that not only did I find that this charger was very versatile, very compact, but it might just be the charger you need going into 2022, and I'll explain all the positives, but first, a word from Rogue Energy. Now, full disclosure, before I start this video, I do want to make sure you guys know that ACEFAST did reach out to me prior to making this video. They did give me this product for review. However, we did agree that they have no say in my review. I am going to be as 100% fair as possible and have no bias in this video whatsoever. So I want to be transparent with you guys before the video starts that this is not something that I'm just doing as a free commercial. This is something that I took my time and wanted to actually use, and the results were pretty actually shocking. So let's start with the video at the unboxing. Now, normally when I unbox products, I normally get a lot of value right out of the box, and I gotta tell you, they really nailed that, because the first thing I got when I opened the box was a 100 watt USB-C to USB-C cable. And let me tell you guys, I have never seen a company send you a free USB-C to USB-C cable. And this isn't just any USB-C cable, this is a 100 watt max USB-C charger. So this can handle up to 100 watts. And if you think this is a cheap cable they send you guys, look at the material, look at this. Now, I haven't used it as I have other chargers, but I'm carrying this with me in case I need a backup. And this thing is built for durability. It is double braided, it's got aluminum on both ends, they're both very sturdy, and it doesn't feel like any cheap quality. So that's a very good start out of the box. Taking a look at the brick itself, this thing is super tiny. Compared to what I use every day, the ACEFAST 100 watt Omnia charger, this thing is incredibly tinier than that. And it's literally almost identical in terms of design, but it's so compact and actually much lighter than the ACEFAST Omnia charger. Now, in comparison to other chargers, of course, it's gonna beat it out. This thing is just tiny and versatile. Now, on here, we have 3 different ports. Port 1, we have 2 USB-Cs, and I'll explain there's the difference between the 2 of them. And then we have a traditional USB-A. Now, that's one of the good positives that I like about this thing, is that most people haven't made the switch to USB-C. Now, if you have made the switch, then you're fine. But if you haven't, it's good to know that they've got you backed up with an older USB-A type, and I actually respect that, so no problem there. Now, taking a look at the USB-C ports, this is where we take a look at the hardware specs. Now, of course, this is a 65 watt maximum charger. However, it does support Power Delivery 3.0 and is made for quick charge and other applications with Android, and works with the new iPhones. But using each different port, they have maximum outputs. So starting with the first one, it maxes out at 65 watts. So if you have a MacBook Pro 13, 14, 16 inch, you're gonna wanna use the top one first. If you have a iPhone or an iPad Pro or a Samsung Galaxy, anything, you can use the second one as an optional, as that will max out at 20 watts. And then the third one maxes out at 18 watts. Now, simply, it's a USB-C and USB-A charger, so considering that the second and the third one max out at 20 and 18, that's really not bad, to be honest with you, because the main port is the top one that gets the maximum wattage. Now, a lot of people would see that as a negative, but I myself don't find that as a negative, as no matter which port that I put it in, with the exception of my MacBook, which we will discuss in just a second, I was able to achieve a very nice flow of charge to all my devices, including using the USB-A port. Now, of course, when you use up all the ports, it is going to have to diversify, and it will be a little bit of a slower charge depending on how many inputs and how many devices you're using. But one of the things that I did notice though is I have a 15-inch MacBook Pro, and I use the 100 watt all the time. However though, when I did plug it in, it did actually charge my 15-inch MacBook Pro, but it just took a little longer. But that's to be expected, as the 15-inch requires more power, more wattage. So I would say if you're gonna buy this, make sure you don't have a 16-inch MacBook Pro, because this might not be for you, but if you have a 13 or 14-inch, this is definitely the way to go. Now, a couple things before I give my verdict though, I did also notice that the heat is mostly sourced in the brick. A lot of my products stayed nice and cool. However though, it might get a little too hot, although there is protection. They have circuit protection, heat protection, all built in. It does get a little crazy hot. Now that can just be because I'm charging so many devices, but ACEFAST I definitely would consider in your next cycle using GaN or gallium nitride technology, as that's what more companies are using nowadays. But to be fair, it did not overheat to the point where it stopped charging. It did dissipate the heat very nicely. And overall, I did find it to be very quick and fast, just like regular USB-C chargers. But the main thing was that it was versatile from start to end. I could charge multiple devices quick and soon to go. So overall, to wrap up this video, what did I think of the ACEFAST? Well, listen, there are other chargers out there, and usually I would be more towards saying you could just get another one with more wattage or more power or all USB-C. But the fact that this thing is so tiny, so compact, you could put it in your pocket, and the fact that it only costs $30. This little charger only costs $30, and if you buy it on Amazon, you can get it for $29.99 with a $3 coupon. Honestly, this thing is pretty cool. And I also respect the fact that they give you a free cable right out of the box, and it's not a cheap cable. It's a very premium, well-durable cable. And I am going to be using this more and more, so I'll update you if anything happens. But overall, in my experience, I do like it. I think that it is definitely something you should consider, especially if you have a lot of USB-C devices, if you have an Android, if you have iPad Pro, iPad Air, iPad Mini, anything. But my only feedback to ACEFAST would be, just if you are going to make a newer one, I would recommend making a more, maybe a 96 watt version. You can make it a little bit bigger, give it for more pro users with the 15-inch model, and also consider using GaN or GaN or gallium nitride. Definitely consider using that in your next release to help with heat control and definitely with more durability in keeping the form factor small. That's just a little bit of feedback I would give, but overall, it's a very solid product, and I see really no negatives in here. So honestly, for 30 bucks, it's a pretty good steal. Check it out, link in the description, and that's it for today's episode. So if you enjoyed the video, hit the like button. If you dislike the video, you can hit the dislike button. That helps circulate my videos as well. As always, everyone, thank you so much for watching. I will see you all in the next episode. Have a great rest of your day, guys. Take care, stay safe, and peace!